Okay, so this first question is about word problems. This is May, June 2021, variant 22. And this is the first question. It says the price of an electric drill is 78%. In a sale, the price is reduced by 15%. So can I say that the original price is 78? The multiplier is going to be 85%. So original into multiplier gives me final. So I get 78 into 0.85. This is on a calculator. This means 66.3. 66.3. Then it says in the second part, the exchange rate between $2 dollars in euros is this. Michael changes $100 into euros. So dollar to euros, $100. Just first write the exchange rate. 1 is 0.85, 100 is x. So you cross multiply and you get 85 euros as x, and then you try to change. He buys the clock costing 58.99 euros, so he's left with 100 minus 85 minus 58.99. What is he left with? Let's calculate that. That gives me 26.01. Let's change that back because it's the same exchange rate. 1 is 2.85 and dollar, euros. So write it beneath euros. So that x, I get 26.01 equals to 0.85x. X equals to 26.01 divided by 0.85. I get 30.6, and that should be the correct answer. Yes, that's the correct answer. This question is about interest. It says Pytro invests 3,500 in A Simple. A Simple pays simple interest for 4 years, and this pays compound interest for 4 years. At the end of 4 years, who has more in their money in their account and by how much? So for simple interest, the formula is for interest only, and we're going to say it's P into R into T. P is the principal, so 3,500. The rate is 2.1%, which means 2.1 divided by 100. And the time is 4 years. For compound interest, the formula is for amount at end, and it's P into 1 plus R power T. P is 3,500, 1 plus 0.02 power 4. So I get 3788.5, and $294 is the interest. Amount at end should be 3,500 plus 294. That gives me 3,794. Okay. So who has more, and then which account has more? I'm going to say that A Simple by how much? 3,794 minus 3,788.5. It's $5.5. Okay. The table shows the midday temperatures of cups of hot chocolate. Natasha sells one each of 10 days. Complete the scatter diagram. The first 5 points have been plotted for you. So then I have to plot 21 and 8. So 21 and 8 should be right here. Across 7, 8. Yes. Okay, then I have 6 and 17. And then I have 5 and 21. Then I have 12 and 16. And 23 and 6. Okay. And the question says describe the relationship between the midday temperature and the number of hot chocolates Natasha sells. So there is a negative correlation between temperature and cups of hot chocolate, which is obvious because as the temperature rises, people would rather consume colder drinks. By drawing the line of best fit, estimate the number of cups of hot chocolate when the midday temperature is 17 degrees. So in order to draw the line of best fit, what I can do is I can draw this line. I think this is better. It's joining with 4 points. And although I could draw a more accurate line if I drew this, I think. No, I think that one was better. Okay, so I need to estimate the number of cups when temperature is 17. So when the temperature is 17, that's the number of cups. So it says bet 11 cups. Okay, though a marking scheme will have a range for this answer. It says that it doesn't say, so as long as you've done it correctly and it matters कि whole numbers में answer आना चाहिए, not in decimals. Okay, the next question is algebra. So there's nothing common in these two, there's nothing common in these two. So what we do is we try to shuffle them around so that something becomes common. So I can say that 4a minus 7a, well in fact this is just addition. 4a minus 7a minus 3a plus 5b. That's simple. Confusing, but yet it's very simple. Because my first instinct was to take a common. Okay, 9 m equals to 18. It's simple for 2 marks. Make t the subject. Simplify, expand. So 6y cube plus 15y. Under adults in downward surveyed by the number of emails they each received one day, the table shows the results. This find the mode. Calculate the mean. The mean is always sum of fx over sum of f. So fx 1 into 8 plus 2 into 10 plus 3 into 22 plus 4 into 28 plus 5 into 15 plus 6 into 9 plus 7 into 5 plus 8 into 3 divided by 100 adults. So 3.94. Just verify if that's the correct answer. Yes, that is the correct answer. Okay, sorry. Mode is not 28. Sorry, mode is 4. My bad. It's the highest frequency. I was not paying attention. Okay, one of these adults is chosen at random. Find the probability that they received fewer than 4 emails that day, giving your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. Fewer than 4. Fewer than 4 are 22 plus 8 plus 10. A total of 40 people out of 100. So I get 2 out of 5. The town has 18,000 adults. Use the survey results to estimate the number who received exactly 5 emails. So in this case, exactly 5 emails have been received by 15 people out of 100. So if there are 18,000 adults, I can say that I can put these into ratios and say, okay, if 15 received right now, then 15 into 18,000 divided by 100. 2,700 people would receive exactly 5 emails. This is the idea of relative frequency. Okay, use that notation to describe the subset shaded in the Venn diagram. So you see that A union B are both not shaded. So I can say that this is A union B complement. Then it says that E is this, B is that, X is a factor of 36. So 2 is a factor of 36, 3 is a factor of 36, 4, 6, 9 is a factor of 36, and 12 is a factor of 36. Multiple of 4, so 4, 8, and 12. And R is a number between 3 and 6, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Copy and complete the Venn diagram. So I have to fill in the numbers inside the Venn diagram. Is there any number that's common to all of these? Yes, this 4. And there isn't any other number, but there are others that are common. Is 2 common to any of those? No, so 2 is going to appear here. Is 3 common to R? Yes, P and R, so 3 comes up here. 4 is already there. 6 is common to P and R again, so I'm going to write 6. 9 is not common to any of these, so I'm going to write comma 9. Now remember that I'm not writing down the number of numbers inside. I'm not writing the number of numbers inside. 12. Then Q also has 8, which is not in any of these numbers, and so it's 5. So that's the Venn diagram. Let me just complete it, check if that is correct. And then there are other numbers. 7, 10, 11. Okay. So now the Venn diagram is complete. Is the elements of P intersection Q union R prime. So these should be outside Q union R, outside these two circles. So it must be in this region where P is intersecting with both of them. So it's 2 and 9. List the elements of P union Q. How many elements are in P union Q? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 elements. Use set notation to complete the statement. Which of these is a null set? So I know that this is a null set. So this area is basically Q intersection R, but with P prime. It's also outside P. So remember that this is a null set then, and it can be written like this. Okay. The next question is about drawing this PQR as an isosceles triangle with PR equals to QR. P is the point 1, 5. So that's the point P. Q is the point 5, 1. Angle PRQ is not a right triangle, so I don't have to create a right triangle at R. It says find the coordinates of one possible position of R given that PR and QR are equal. One possible position is very simple for me. I think this is going to create an isosceles triangle as well. Since both of these had similar coordinates, I can say that if R was at 0, 0, I could have an isosceles triangle. I could also have R here. This could also have been an isosceles triangle. So I could have said it's 6, 6 or 0, 0. I think 0, 0 is better. So I write 0, 0. But that position is already labeled. Okay. It could also be other numbers. For example, since the question is saying it can't be on the origin, I could also have it here, for example. So it could be at 2, 2. Although it doesn't say that it couldn't be 0, 0, it could also be 0, 0. It's fine. Okay, that could have been another answer. I misread the marking scheme. Okay. This question is about graphs of functions. Now I know that these two are quadratic graphs, and this one is a cubic one. So I know that either this could be this or this could be this. Okay, for the other ones I have a quadratic in mind. I know that my quadratic curve has to be sad faced. So the sad faced curve could either be this and nothing else, right? So this I am absolutely sure is the equation of this 2 minus x squared. Right, 2 minus x squared. So that one is done. Cancel this out. Now for the other quadratic I have these two options. Now I know that one of these roots is a 0 and the other is at some positive number. If I calculate the roots here, that is what I see. that one of the roots is at 0 and the other root is at 3. So this is probably the equation of this. Then the cubic curve could either be this or that. Now again, if you notice, if I equate this gets 2 roots. X squared, x minus 3 equals to 0, x equals to 0, and x equals to 3. So this one doesn't have 2 roots, it just has one positive root, and therefore this should have the equation y equals to x cubed minus 2. So this equation and this equation were useless. Okay, A is the point 1, 5, and B is to find the equation of the line perpendicular to AB which passes through the midpoint of AB. So I need an equation of a line that passes through the midpoint. So let's calculate the midpoint first. Okay, then it also has to be perpendicular. So then I can use y minus y equals to mx plus c. Minus 1 plus c. C is equals to minus 3. So my equation is 2x minus 3. Let me check. Oh, my bad. I was talking about perpendicular lines. So perpendicular means that the gradient is minus half. So y equals to minus half x plus c. So the equation is minus half x minus half. It's 5 marks. Question number 7. It says a rectangular field measures 30 by 45. Calculate the perimeter. It's simple. 150. The length of the diagonal is 30 square plus 45 square. 2925. That gives me 54.1. The diagram shows a sketch of triangle PQR. All lengths are given in centimeters. Calculate the length A. Now this is a question on trigonometry, and since it doesn't mention anything else, what I should do is then apply the cosine rule. (22 cos 60). Cos 60 is half A. 8a plus 16, 121 minus 11a, 19a. And A comes out to be 5.5263. Just check that answer. that's the correct answer, 5.53. Another question on trigonometry. It says the diagram shows the sketch of a triangle ABCD. All lengths are given in centimeters. The area of the quadrilateral ABCD is 70. Calculate DAB. So I want this entire angle DAB. So I can easily calculate the small angle, and I can easily calculate the area of this triangle. So let's do both of those things. पहले angle निकाल लेते हैं. Tan theta equals to tan over 8. So tan inverse of tan over 8 gives me 51.34. And the area of this triangle is half base into height, so 40. If this is 40, then the remaining area should be 30. That will help me calculate this angle. Let's call that x. Half 8 into 9 into sine of x should give me 30. So 30 into 2 divided by 72. That gives me sine x equals to 5 over 6. Sine inverse of answer gives me 56.44. So the total angle DAB is 51.34 plus 56. Okay. It says find f of minus 2. Minus 11. Find the largest integer satisfying f of x is greater than 3g of x. So 3x minus 5 is greater than 3x. X minus 5. So minus 9 is greater than x. X is less than minus 9. So what are the numbers that I know are less than minus 9? Minus 10 is the first number that I know. It says f of x equals to 3g of x. That means कि जहाँ जहाँ x लिखा हुआ है वहाँ पे 3x minus 5 लिख देना है and the function g. X is therefore equal to 1/3. It's also a 6-mark question. Then this is mensuration and then a bit of probability at the end and then some vectors. Okay, mensuration. This is a cone. It says the surface area of this and a total surface area of that. So that L equals to 8. So we know that L, H and R are always in a Pythagoras theorem, but I don't have H in this question. So I'm going to say that pi r L plus pi r square is 84 pi. This is the formula for surface area. So I get 6L plus 36 equals to 84. (48). Calculate the volume of the cone. So I'll first have to figure out the height. It's root of 28. So volume is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay. A similar cone has a total surface area of 47.25. Find the radius of this cone. So this was 84 pi. So I can say that if I want to find the ratio of lengths, I'm going to have to take a root of this and say that it's equals to r1 over r2. r1 is 6, r2 is unknown. Okay, and I have a root on this, so 84 divided by 47.25, and a root of that gives me 4 over 3. So R2 is 18 divided by 4. That should hopefully be the correct answer. Then question number 10, 11 and 12. It says A, B, C, D, E are points on the circumference of a circle. Center O. OBD is a straight line and angle ABD is 130 degrees. Find angle ACB. I'm supposed to find this angle. If I call this angle X, this angle should be 2X. And so I'm going to say that if ACB equals X, then AOB should equal 2X. Angle formed at the center is twice the angle formed at the circumference. Then I can basically calculate this one, but how is that going to help me? Okay, OBD is a straight line. Okay, I just missed that out. So this has to be 50 degrees then, and then it's a simple question from there. Okay, OBD is 50 degrees straight line. OAB is also 50 degrees isosceles triangle. So 2x plus 50 plus 50 is to 180, 2x equals to 80, x equals to 40, angles in a triangle. So I'm supposed to write all of this down here, but I wrote it up there, which is not right. On the exam, you should write it in the space provided. Okay, this is a question on mensuration again, 2 dimensions. It says P and Q are points on the circumference of a circle. Center O, PR and QR are tangents to the circle at P and Q respectively. OP equals to 8 and POQ equals to 130. Since they are tangents, these must be 90 degrees, and then the remaining should be 50 degrees. It says find PR. Okay, if I split this up, this is simple then. It splits up into 65, 65. Then can I say that sine, not sine, let's use tan 65 equals to PR over 8. PR is 8 tan 65, 17.156, approximately 17.2. Calculate the percentage of quadrilateral OPRQ that is shaded. So I can say that the shaded region is a kite. Kite is made of two triangles. So half base into height and multiplied by 2. Kite. That gives me then I have a sector. Area of sector is theta over 360 into pi r square. So 100% minus 72.615 over 137.248%. I'm subtracting the unshaded part from 100% to give a value for the shaded part. Forty-seven point 47.1%. Okay, question number 11, it says bag contains 12 balls. There are X black balls at the back and the other balls are white. 2 balls are taken at random from the bag without replacement. Complete the tree diagram. That's the number of white balls. Because the white balls were 12 minus x, they've remained the same. यहाँ पे white and white would be 12 minus x minus 1, so that would be 11 minus x over 12. 11, sorry. 11 minus x over 11. These were x, so this should remain as x over 11. I've always told you to first write down the outcomes: black, 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 white, white, black, and white, white. Find an expression for the probability of taking one ball of each color. Find your answer as a single fraction in terms of x. So one of each color means BW or WB. BW is x over 12 into 12 minus x over 11. White black is 12 minus so that gives me 132. 12x minus x square. 132 12x minus x square. So that gives me 24x. That's an absolutely fine answer. I could factor out the 2 and then give you the final answer, or I can write it like that only. That says the probability that both balls are black is 14 over 33. So black black is 14 over 33. So black black was x over 2. So 132 square minus 11x equals to 14 over 33. cross multiplying 1848 divided by 33, so 56. So x squared minus 11x minus 56. So I'm looking for the factors of 56. I can also use the quadratic formula, that's easier I think. Minus b plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac. Since I have a calculator and the numbers are large, I am using my quadratic formula to get to the answer quickly. I seem to have made an error somewhere. Let's see what the equation is. It's x minus 1. I've written 11 for some reason. And it's an easier calculation. I'm going to get two answers. That's minus 1 plus 15 over 2 minus 1 minus 7, and it's minus 8. So 7 has to be the final answer. Okay, last question. This is A is the point this and B is the point that. Find vector AB. So you can say that this is OA and this is OB. So AB is OB minus OA. So I get 1 and minus 8. BC is this, so I know that ADC can be broken down into OC minus OB. OB is 3 minus 5. And then the magnitude of AD, and D is minus 3 and find the possible values of n. So first I need AD, which is OD minus OA. OD is minus 3n and OA is 2, 3 minus 5 and n minus 3. So the magnitude is minus 5 squared plus n minus 3 squared in a root, so that gives me root of 74. If I square both sides, I get 25 plus n minus 3 whole square equals to 74. 74 minus 25 is 49, so n minus 3 whole square equals to 49. I can say that n minus 3, if I take a root on both sides, n minus 3 is 7, n minus 3 is minus 7, n equals to 10, n equals to minus 4. So those are the two possible values of n. Then the last part, it says OP or QRP is a parallelogram. OP is equals to P, OQ is equals to Q. K is the midpoint of OQ, and so can I say that this is half Q, and L is the midpoint on PR, such that KL I can never get this to go. Okay. KL is P minus 1/10 of Q. P minus 1/10 of Q. Can I say that this then is traveling like that? P, and this is minus 1/10 of Q. So then I want to find PL to LR ratio. Now, what I must understand is that if I was traveling from the midpoint, I had essentially divided this entire line into two equal halves. And then this portion is basically 1/10 of the entire line. So if the entire line was 10 portions and this was 5 portions, this is one portion, which means that this is 4 portions to make a total of 10 portions. PL to LR. So PL is 4 portions, LR is 6 portions. So I get 2 is to 4 is to 6, or I can also write 2 is to 3. There is no precise method for this, but if you draw on the diagram, that's what the examiner will count as the method. That's the end of the exam.